Most Americans can agree that music education is valuable and that performances like this one are adorable to watch. The issue, however, lies in the lack of access to culturally relevant music education for kindergarten through 5th grade public school students of color. American music education was built on the needs of white Christian populations of the Northeast. These needs included Christian beliefs, studies of the old dead white guys, or rather the Western classical greats like Mozart and Bach, and were not at all concerned with helping students of any color understand other cultures, or even themselves. The results of this are that music education, for many students, has started to feel boring. Students of any color no longer see themselves in the music education that's being delivered in public schools. This is a clip of the performing group Nerd at the 2018 Nickelodeon Kids' Choice Awards. Notice no old dead white guys in sight, and contrary to a lot of stereotypes, no bad words or sketchy subject matter in sight either.
Numbers out today show the wide achievement gap in Minnesota between white and minority students is not getting any smaller.
The Department of Education released results from 2016 student testing, and it shows virtually no progress in reading and math scores. It is now the third straight year of stagnation, and today Education Commissioner Brenda Caselli.
Now, before we get too sad, let me get to my point. Culturally relevant music education improves test scores and behavior for many students of color. Here's proof. Between 2010 and 2013, the Orchard Gardens Public Elementary School in Boston, Massachusetts raised its MCAS scores in English language arts and math. These charts from the Massachusetts Department of Education show the data. And how did Orchard Gardens, a low-income school that's 98% non-white, do this? They provided culturally relevant music classes for their students and made this the focus of the kids' education. And where is the brave leader who initiated these changes? He is now at the helm of the public schools of Brookline, Massachusetts, where 17 music teachers are demonstrating promising practice in music education. And this is the focus of this study. First of all, many believe that Brookline has successful music education because it is a wealthy district. Brookline itself has a poverty rate of 12.4%, and the district welcomes several programs which see nearly 500 Boston students attend the public schools of Brookline. These numbers come together to make the district far less wealthy than surrounding ones. One must also remember that Brookline is one of the most socioeconomically diverse cities in the state. And speaking of diversity, another myth that must be dispelled is that Brookline is made up of all white kids. According to the Department of Education, Brookline is only about 50% white, with more than 40% of its students speaking a language other than English. This is not a district for one-size-fits-all education of any sort, especially in music. The Public Schools of Brookline K-5 Music Organization is committed to its goal of providing 100% of its students with 90 or more minutes of equitable, culturally relevant music education every week. The primary stakeholders in this study are the teachers in the program who provide this education. And so, this study will highlight the knowledge, motivation, and organizational influences that allow the Brookline music teachers to provide culturally relevant music education for all students. First off, the knowledge. The Brookline music teachers must know how to design curriculum that supports self-efficacy, creativity, and group work. They must be aware of white privilege and cannot teach in a colorblind way, and must create curriculum that supports awareness of non-white musicians and celebrates their contributions to music history. Lastly, music teachers of students of any color must know where and how to access training and support, and how to apply it in order to produce culturally relevant curriculum and pedagogy. Next, the motivation. Brookline K-5 general music teachers are motivated in two ways. First, teachers place great personal interest in the retention and success of hard-to-reach students when curriculum and pedagogy are designed to appropriately reach the cultures of all. Second, teachers feel successful when students who experience culturally relevant music education develop greater group work and leadership skills. Lastly, this study will examine the organizational influences that allow the knowledge and motivation of the Brookline K-5 general music teachers to work. The Public Schools of Brookline supports its music teachers in 3 ways: through its vision and mission, hiring practices and teaching time, and music teacher autonomy. By setting high standards, hiring exceptional music teachers, and giving them the space to do their jobs well, the organization supports the knowledge and motivation of the music teachers by simply trusting them. What knowledge do the K-5 general music teacher in Public Schools of Brookline, PSB, have that allows them to create culturally relevant curriculum which align with the organization's vision and mission? What motivates the K-5 general music teachers in PSB to effectively work together to improve their instruction and student access within the organization? And lastly, how could the knowledge, motivation, and organizational influences on the PSB K-5 general music teachers be applied in other districts so that other districts may provide a similar K-5 music program? The best way to answer these questions is by triangulating survey and interview data collected from this exceptional team of teachers. Unfortunately, the logistics of this research will not allow for observations which would more completely round out the data collection. Also, the primary investigator of this study will recuse herself from being a part of the interviews and as a subject of the data collection, since she is a member of the Brookline K-5 general music teacher team. Once this project is approved, surveys will be sent out in February of 2019, and interviews done by a University of Southern California peer will commence shortly after, extending until June of 2019. Maintaining the anonymity of the teachers involved is imperative. Thus, the interviews will be transcribed before the researcher accesses the data. Each survey and interview will be identified solely by a number. Hello, Drs. Malloy, Adderley, and Hassan. I want to say thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video and for supporting me on my journey towards my dissertation. I'm really excited about the promising practice going on in the Public Schools of Brookline K-5 General Music Teacher Department. I believe that in uncovering the secret ingredients that allow these teachers to do such a wonderful job in terms of cultural relevancy for students of color, that we can find a formula that would work in schools throughout the nation. This is work that's never been done before, and I'm really excited for us to do it together. Thank you again.